Well, I'll tell you what, boy, that's how you do a dang old paint job. Look at that thing. Dude, I'm telling you, the camera doesn't do it justice. I can't believe how nice that paint is. It's very, very nice to look at. So, Lunprod, you wanted orbital mechanics. You got it. Here you go. All right. I'll be back in a second.
When ancient man looked to the heavens for guidance from the gods, he noticed star patterns and began to document their movement across the heavens. The ancients believed that the Earth was flat, but around 350 BC, Aristotle proved that the Earth was round. Later, about 150 AD, Ptolemy presented the geocentric theory, the belief that the Earth is stationary at the center of the universe, with the sun, moon, stars, and planets revolving around it in complex orbits. In the 1500s, Nicholas Copernicus of Poland presented the heliocentric theory, the belief that the Earth revolves around the sun as it rotates on its axis. This aspect of astronomy evolved into an intricate study of planetary motion known as orbital mechanics. Today, orbital mechanics is applied to spaceflight and satellites that orbit the Earth or travel beyond our solar system. In the early 1600s, Johann Kepler, a German mathematician, using the data on planetary observations collected by the Danish scientist Tycho Brahe, developed 3 laws of planetary motion. Kepler's first law states,
all planets move in elliptical orbits with the Sun at one focus and the other focus empty.
applied to Earth satellites, the center of the Earth becomes one focus, with the other focus empty. For circular orbits, the 2 foci coincide. Kepler's second law, the law of areas, states,
the line joining the planet to the Sun sweeps over equal areas in equal time intervals.
when a satellite orbits, the line joining it to the Earth sweeps over equal areas in equal periods of time. If areas 1, 2, and 3 are equal, times 1, 2, and 3 are also equal. Therefore, the speed of the satellite changes depending on its distance from the center of the Earth. Speed is greatest at the point in the orbit closest to the Earth, called perigee, and is slowest at the point farthest from the Earth, called apogee. It is important to note that the orbit followed by a satellite is not dependent on its mass. A large, heavy satellite could be in the same orbit with a small, light one, each sweeping out equal areas in equal periods of time. Kepler's third law, the law of periods, relates the time required for a planet to make one complete trip around the Sun to its mean distance from the Sun.
For any planet, the square of its period of revolution is directly proportional to the cube of its mean distance from the Sun.
Applied to Earth satellites, Kepler's third law explains that the farther a satellite is from the Earth, the longer it will take to complete an orbit, the greater the distance it will travel to complete an orbit, and the slower its average speed will be. Isaac Newton, the father of classical mechanics, laid the groundwork for orbital mechanics. He combined the work of Kepler and others to formulate the law of universal gravitation and the three Newtonian laws of motion. While Kepler's laws provided a conceptual model of orbital motion, Newton's laws provided the foundation for the mathematical description of orbits. They explain why a satellite stays in orbit. Newton's law of universal gravitation.
Any two objects in the universe, such as the Earth and the Moon, attract each other with a force directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them.
Stated more simply, the more massive the objects are, or the closer they are, the greater the gravitational pull between them. Newton's first law of motion.
A body in motion will keep moving at the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an external force.
A satellite moves in a curved path around the Earth because the Earth's gravitational pull acts as an external force on it. Newton's second law of motion.
If the sum of the forces acting on an object is not zero, the object will have an acceleration proportional to the magnitude and in the direction of the net force.
Newton's second law states that force equals mass times acceleration. It is this mathematical equation and the equation for universal gravitation that forms the basis for calculating orbits. Newton's third law of motion explains how a satellite gets into orbit.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
If you blow up a balloon and let it go, the balloon is pushed forward by the action of the air rushing out of it. A rocket's exhaust gases are like the air rushing out of the balloon. The following illustrates how a satellite stays in orbit. If a man stands on a mountain and fires a projectile horizontally, gravity will cause the path of the projectile to curve downward and it will strike the Earth. However, if the man fires the projectile fast enough at a specific speed, the curvature of its path due to gravity will match the curvature of the Earth under it. The projectile will then fall around the Earth, becoming an Earth-orbiting satellite. A projectile fired even faster will have a flight path away from the Earth, but gravity will act to slow the projectile down, change its flight path, and pull it back toward Earth. If the projectile's velocity increased enough, a velocity sufficient to escape the Earth's gravitational pull will be reached. This velocity is known as the escape velocity. It is equal to about 7 miles per second at the Earth's surface. The preceding description did not consider atmospheric drag and the Earth's rotation, both of which will affect the trajectory of the projectile. It illustrated the principles governing a satellite's orbit. There are 6 numbers called the orbital elements, which specify the size, shape, and orientation of an orbit in space, as well as the location of the spacecraft in the orbit. Based on an orbit which is an ellipse, the 6 orbital elements are length of the semi-major axis, eccentricity, inclination, right ascension of the ascending node, argument of perigee, time of perigee passage. The major axis of an elliptical orbit is the line joining the perigee and apogee. This line is also referred to as the line of apsides. The first orbital element is the semi-major axis. It is simply 1/2 the major axis. Circular orbits have no apogee or perigee. Therefore, the semi-major axis is simply 1/2 the diameter of the orbit. The semi-major axis is used to define the size of the orbit. From this, the orbital period, or time that it takes for the satellite to complete one orbit, can be calculated. The shape of an orbit is defined by the second orbital element called eccentricity. For all ellipses, the value of eccentricity lies between 0 and 1. The larger the value, the more elliptical the orbit. A spacecraft in Earth orbit with an eccentricity equal to or greater than 1 will escape the Earth's gravitational field. When orienting an orbit in space, a three-dimensional coordinate system must be defined. The coordinate system commonly used is the geocentric equatorial coordinate system, which has its origin at the Earth's center. This coordinate system is a non-rotating reference system in which a satellite's orbital plane tends to remain fixed relative to the stars while the Earth turns beneath it. The XY plane is the Earth's equatorial plane. The positive x-axis points to the vernal equinox. This is the point where the sun appears to cross the Earth's equator on its way north on the first day of spring each year. The z-axis is along the Earth's spin axis toward the North Pole. Nodes are points in a satellite's orbit which intersect the Earth's equatorial plane. The ascending node is the point at which the spacecraft crosses the equator going from south to north. The descending node is where the spacecraft crosses the equator going from north to south. The line joining the two nodes is called the line of nodes. The orientation of an orbit is determined by three orbital element angles. The right ascension of the ascending node is the angle between the x-axis and the ascending node. It is always measured eastward from the direction away from the vernal equinox in the Earth's equatorial plane. The argument of perigee is the angle between the ascending node and the point of perigee. It is measured in the orbital plane in the direction of spacecraft motion. Inclination is the angle between the equatorial plane and the orbital plane. A satellite which has an eastward velocity component at the ascending node has an orbital inclination lying between 0 and 90 degrees. Such an orbit is called a prograde orbit. A satellite which moves due north at the ascending node is in a polar orbit. Polar orbits have an orbital inclination of exactly 90 degrees. A satellite with a westward velocity component at the ascending node is in a retrograde orbit and has an orbital inclination between 90 and 180 degrees. The 5 orbital elements explained thus far describe the size, shape, and orientation of the orbit in space. The final element is a time value used to locate the satellite in its orbit. A satellite moves in a very predictable manner. It stays on schedule. Thus, if the time at which a satellite passes a particular point is known, the time when it will pass any other point can be determined. The particular point chosen is perigee, and the time of perigee passage is the last of the 6 orbital elements. The 6 orbital elements depict a spacecraft's orbit in non-rotating coordinates. To visualize an orbit relative to the rotating Earth, a projection traces the spacecraft's position on the Earth's surface. The projected path is called the ground track. As a satellite orbits the Earth, the ground track shifts westward.
Wait a minute.
There are 2 causes for this.
Wait a minute. Hold up. New Orion pictures? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, where am I? Oh! I'll be right back. Dude, do you see how freaking I'm sorry, I needed some alone time. I'm making cough. Frick. I needed some alone time, dude. Last for more pictures. Yeah, I saw him. Oh, you made me a YouTube thumbnail. All right, sweet. Thank you, Helen. No, it just. Oh. When do we get to see the Apollo landing sites? It actually passed over him, Denny, but it was dark. Shame. Dude. Alright, hold on. Hold on a second. Oh. Alright, hold on. If we just go in here, we just check this sucker real quick. That's NASA.gov. Freaking mint! What is this? Oh. Well, that's a nice picture. That's Denver. Is it? That looks like Denver. Am I right? I have, T-Man. This is a hands in the air video for you. It's a great picture. I've seen the SRB footage, yeah. That, hang on. Now I'm curious. You look like Denver. Please show the SRB stuff. I have it teed over here, dude. Don't worry. Maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Stop tickling in my ear. You guys wanted to... I needed... Alright, no, I don't have an excuse for that. I wanted to make coffee. I can't stop tinkling in your ear. I'm sorry. You left the noise gate off. You guys wanted the damn noise gate off. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Here, I'll show you. Look. Oh, happy Hanukkah, Marv. Merry Christmas, Harry. Noise get off during the rain. Oh, bless the rains. Oh, frickin' moon. So they do burn when it comes over the horizon. It's true. It's all real. All of it. Mama. Just. I kind of want to see the decoupler. Hold on. Ah. Yep. There's your pin. There's the frickin' pin, dude. Oh, that's so cool. There's the pin. That's what holds the SRB. Dude, that little pin, I mean, I'd say it's little. It's not little. It's like that big. That pin is what's carrying the load from the SRB. And then these are the plugs to all the electronic components on the SRB. Look at that. There's the pin right there. That's so cool, dude. Electronical bionicles. Yeah. The whole thing rides on that little pin right there. I mean, don't get me wrong. That pin's not little. It's probably about 10 centimeters, I'd say. Yeah, it's not small. Maybe 100 mil at best, 3 to 4 inches. But it carries freaking, I don't even know how much. How much does the SRB make? SRB would make 14,000 kilonewtons. It's like 2.5 million pounds of thrust. That freaking little pin carries the whole load. Yeah, Rain. Yeah, that little pin right there. That's the pin, dude. I've studied this thing. My shuttle uses that. My shuttle has that. I have two, and my pins are right here and right here because I don't have enough space. If there's no part in Kerbal to replicate that part. And then you have 3 struts down at the bottom. You have 2 side struts, and then you have a torsional load strut right there. So there's 2 struts connecting the SRB, like if you would run 2 struts, and then there's a cross strut right there. That thing prevents the boosters. Like if this is the core stage, like right in the center, and the boosters are on the outside, that prevents the boosters from doing this. It prevents torsional load on the booster, which is really cool. It's a panhard bar, but basically for a booster. That's crazy, man. No, you'd be surprised, Aqualex. Look, here, I'll show you. See? Freaking pin. I mean, I get what you're trying to say. Like, that part is also carrying it, but dude, it's the pin. Unreal, dude. Yeah, it definitely shears off. It's good to know. Anyway, we can finish the orbital mechanic stuff a little bit later. Let's jump back in. We were deorbiting a shuttle, dudes. Let's go. What are those round glass-like lenses in the middle of the solar panels of Orion? Round glass-like. These things right here? Guessing you're going to watch RS1 if they stream it. Well, those are their... Okay, let me find a picture of Orion. Give me 1 second. I got to find the right picture. It's structural. It's there for structure. But not in the way that you'd think. You know what? We can use this picture. All right, so look. The solar panel, when it's in the stowed position, how is she going to ride? It's just kind of folded up, right? If it's folded up, you don't want it to flop around, right? So how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna hold it in place? See, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you load, you could just see a little bit of the next one right there. It's definitely just like that, right? Now, if you look down here at the solar panel mounts, you see these pegs right here. 1, 2, and then there's 2 more over there. And then you could see 1, 2, 3, and 4. When the solar panels are in the stowed position, they're attached here, 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 and here. That's what these little pegs are. They hold the solar panels in the stowed position. That's what that piece is for. It's probably another... I don't want to say it's an explosive bolt, but kind of does look like it. Yeah, BLT toothpick holes. Literally that. Yeah. Yep. Have you seen this video of SLS with the enhanced audio? No, but I guess we're doing that.
4-stage engine start. 3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition. And liftoff of Artemis 1. Back. 4-stage engine start. 3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition. And liftoff.
I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming, dude. I should have seen it coming. Dude, you totally got me. You totally got me. I totally fell for it too. Like hook, line, and sinker. Enhanced audio. I was like, what? Where's this come from? Boosters in ignition. Oh my gosh. Now, JSpeed, the real thing is, can you edit it? Can you edit it in a way to have them say boosters in ignition? You get bonus points if you can do that and fix Daryl's boosters in ignition. Nice. All right, dudes. Let's go. Kerbal time. Can you add the turbo sound as well? What? Alright, let's bring her down. So we were doing a robotic arm. We're messing with the robotic arm. The robotic arm is in the stowed position. It's Kraken Tech stowing position, but it is there. The MPM is locked out. Payload bay deploy system is locked out. Alright, set control point for re-entry. Alright, mates, let's do this. Body flap control is up, set into the deployed state authority limiter at 5. Speed brake and body flap control here, set that to 0 on the dot. 0 authority limiter on that, set the deployed state. These are for shimming out our re-entry if we need it. I need my coffee. I need my coffee. I always have coffee when I re-enter. Everybody knows that. You know that. Everybody knows that. That's the plan, Smith. Yes, just run over the headphone cable. That's really good for it. Just keep doing that, yes, play me like a drum. Fresh Podix, indeed. Interesting. Okay. I noticed that there was a slight anomaly in the rates right there. The shuttle was in a pitch down state. It's because we did not safe the payload bay out. I agree, Aiden. That'd be sweet. How good is this shuttle compared to Collins? Well, this is Collins, dude. This is just the 5th gen. If you're asking how good it is compared to the 4th gen, it's pretty damn good, dude. Watch us surf down through space, man. We need to be up here. Yeah, baby. Any readout of how much heat shield you have left, it's a shuttle. The heat shield's reusable. We don't ablate anything on the shuttle. Just gotta keep an eye on our trajectory. Okay. That not safing the payload bay did slow us down a good heap. So we're gonna have to keep the nose down here. we don't overheat. This view is thermal. Stuff goes from red to white, basically. Red is pretty cold, believe it or not, which is kind of a weird way to do it. Yellow is getting warm, and then if something turns white hot, you're pretty screwed. But yeah, I designed the panels to flex heat, basically. If you notice, the panels that are closest are actually hotter, and then as you get further away from the hot areas, the panels do get colder. That's on purpose. They flex the heat like the tiles. They work exactly like the thermal tiles on the real space shuttle. No, that's just hierarchical stuff. The hierarchy being weird. This part right here should be extremely freaking hot. That's where the hypersonic boundary layer is closest. That's the hottest part, some of the hottest part, but the game doesn't exactly recognize it. You just got to keep the nose down a little bit. Yeah, Supercraft. This is just a little bit of a strange re-entry. We should be able to be... should be okay. You just got to be a little bit careful. There's the payload we deployed. No, guys, so what happened is that I didn't save the payload bay, and for the first part of that re-entry, the game was acting like the payload bay was open, even though it was in a deploy limit 0 state, but it was in deployment at 0, but it was in an open state. So it really slowed us down. So we don't need to S-turn this time around. We're actually a little bit slow, believe it or not, which is why I brought the nose down, because it slowed us down way too much. If I had flown this on a typical re-entry, we would have landed over here somewhere. But beauty of having cross range and a hypersonic glider like this is that you know, as opposed to a capsule, is that you have ridiculous cross range capability, and the orbiter can take it. So you can adjust and you can fly the thing. Yeah, see, 1300 before the mountains is very slow. Can we see the internal cockpit view? Yeah, sure. Kerbal screws that up. Yep, okay. We're doing all right. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember Habit now. It took me a second or not, but I remember. All right, let's deploy that. Let's deploy the speed brake. Deploy the speed brake and watch the rate controller. Rate controller is compensating. The SAS is compensating. Careful. Looking good. Yep. I could have kept the nose up a little bit more. We'll do an S-turn now. But see, even drifting through the air, look at the rates. We're not... See how the SAS is really not the SAS, well, it's not really SAS per se, but you see how this is compensating and the rates aren't maxing out anywhere, the rate of control? It's actually perfect. That's what I mean, dude. That's what makes this shuttle such a pleasure to fly. If you point it in a direction, it'll go in that direction, which is actually pretty sweet. That's really, really good stuff. But see, now the rate controllers are maxing out. It doesn't like that because we've bled off a lot of speed.
Discovery.
Let me close up that speed brake here. Okay, this is the part where it gets a little bit unstable through re-entry. So I'm just gonna bring her around. Something that I always try to do, guys, is always overshoot. I always overshoot with my gliders. All the time. Space shuttles, dream chasers, doesn't matter. Always overshoot the runway. You can always slow down. You can't speed back up, you know? Oh. That was a little bit of a sloppy re-entry on my part. I gotta really figure out what trajectory I need to get a good, nice, even turn around this thing. Hey, is this craft file available on Steam? I just joined. Sorry for the new question. Tim, don't worry about it. No, I don't give out my shuttle craft file, but I have the entire build series for this shuttle up on YouTube or the VODs on Twitch. I don't give it out. The reason why is because I want people to go and build. I want people to go and build their own shuttles. This thing, but like, once again, I'm not gonna keep how I made any of this thing a secret. Like, the way I built all this is well documented, and I would invite people to go and build their own. You know what I'm saying? It flies good, right? This is, dude, I've spent more time reading about the shuttle than I care to mention. It's a lot. But yeah. Yeah, I almost lost it back over there. We were asking too much of it. Any other craft would have spun out there. But since this thing is nice and stable, you know, it's okay. Alright, we're gonna bring her down. What I was doing up there, Tim, is I was testing out the robotic arm. I built a robotic arm, and we built it using the robotics packs, right? But I also made it out of, one of my buddies, a streaming buddy of mine that's actually an aerospace engineer, came up with the idea of putting a bunch of the communicatron antennas together to make it look like the arm, and dude, it looks freaking sweet. And that thing was up there moving around 9 tons of payload, no problem. We just gotta be careful with it. Okay, moving around for a final heading alignment here. I did SDS2. I've done 2 SDS2s, if that makes any sense, Simba. But yeah, for the most part, we dumped the 9-ton payload around up there. Okay, we're coming in. Commander Jeb has steered the orbiter to a final alignment with runway 27. Ground altimeter enabled. Gear coming. Gear down. Oh, that looked like ALT5. Oh, no. I didn't grease it. Damn. Ugh. I had a little bit too much speed. Just a little bit too much. Chat, orbiter's on the rollout. Thanks, Metroid. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Okay. Body flap down into the set state. Speed brake into the closed state. Control surfaces. SAS heading alignment is off. Shutting down control surfaces there. Convoy 1. We have wheel stop on the orbiter. Wheel stop. No shoot? Nah, I don't need one. Yeah, I floated it a bit, Dirk. That was a little sloppy on my part, dude. I can do better than that. But hey, we're down in one piece. Chuck Yeager said any landing you can walk away from is a good one. Any landing you can walk away from with the plane still intact is a great one. Of course, Weed, I got your back, dude. You know that. Good. Alright, so shuttle with the robotic arm, I'm happy. We got a good, that's minimum viable for the RMS. It works. We'll figure out ways to automate it as we go. I don't want to spend too much time messing with it. We know it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building, we need to figure out payload integration mechanisms, and then we need to start building modules. Can you play back the launch? The launch. The landing gear is, yeah, it's beefy on the shuttle, for sure. The SRB is still out there. I'm gonna go recover that. There we go. And then I'll leave that payload up there. We'll just label that as a probe. Even though it's not, it's really not anything. Can one fly the orbiter in Flight Simulator? Orbiter is what you want. Do you know what a GT90 is? Ford's concept vehicle from the 90s based off of the GT40. Yeah, I know it. Why do I have 2 launch sites? I have a mod called Kerbal Konstructs that allows me to build more launch sites. Yeah. It's just super useful to have that extra flat space in case I need it. So, like, for instance, if we're going to come back down, like, if we're going to land a booster, Falcon 9 style, we can do it. The Green Power Ranger pass. Oh, that's a shame. You're currently building in Antares right now. Cool. Alright, so let's pop this thing open. Oh yeah, see? So what we got to do, I noticed that we have to make sure the PBDS is working as intended. I'm wondering if I can open the editor, and I'm wondering if we can go in here and PBDS, can we hit a toggle for those bay doors right there? Yeah, you can. Payload bay door system, PBDS. That's what it's called on the real shuttle, payload bay door system, which is weird, but that's what it's called. I mean, what else are you gonna call it? I mean, I suppose that makes sense. What was going on there, guys, is that when we set this thing into the closed state, I didn't right click on this thing and hit close. And because I didn't do that, we didn't set it into a state like that, it thought that the game thought the payload bay was open. We basically went through re-entry like this for the first, like, maybe minute, and it really, that means that those flags were acting as a gigantic speed break, and it completely screwed up my shuttle. It completely screwed up the re-entry. That's why that re-entry was a little bit wonky. Add a toggle event. See, I'm not 100% sure that that's going to do much. The reason why is if we disable this and we move this controller back and we close this, right? If we set this to here, now what I'm wondering here, so let's watch. Let's watch the payload bay controller. We don't need to play position. So if we go in here on the Cal controller, we enable the payload bay deployment system, right? The thing is in a closed state right now. It's closed, right? Hey, Dread, 23 months. So if we play the Cal controller, it moves to the open state. All right, so if I pause this and we hit reverse, and then we go back, and it starts closing the doors. Okay, fellas, next time we're out, up on orbit, we need to check that. We need to measure how that system works, because that said that it should close, but it definitely didn't close. So we need to make sure. The reason why I have the payload bay on a deployed state Cal controller is so it can open slower. So it opens like the real one. Now, actually, in reality, guys, you know, you ever have seen like doors on the back of a panel van and you have to open up one first and then you open up the other? Shuttle payload bay doors actually do that. They don't open like this. One opens and then the other one opens. Hey, Pudmund. What's up, dude? Last. I think a toggle before the PBDS limiter would work. Open, then limit, then open, then limit, limit, then close. Well, it seemed to have done it automatically. When this thing hits deploy... Snackless, when this thing hits deploy state 0, it automatically reverted back to a closed state, which is interesting. But it didn't do that in flight. Or I did something wrong. I mean, I didn't really see the whole mission because there was a garage stretch break and that kind of in the way. Hey, Ernok, are you here, buddy? You still here? Look at the door. Look at the door. Can you put the orbiter out on the runway and test? Well, sure, but we could just rope that into the next test that we do, dudes. Do you have winter tires? That truck isn't getting driven in the snow, Max. It really does work, dude. You should, dude. Or not go. I don't want to show it because I spent a little too much time on it. But go back in the VOD and look. What I will do is show you this real quick. Hold on. I can grab it. Fjorb! Fjorb! Bird. Pretty cool, huh? It was painted over, dudes. Pretty nuts, huh? Anyway, so payload bay integration. How are we gonna do this? See, I just set it. Just set it to a deployed state. That's not good. I think that only Fords are good. Well, I'm a little bit of a, you know what? I'm somewhat of a Ford fan myself. I'm wondering if the editor thinks it's not closing because it's not transitioning specifically from 1 to 0. With the cal, it's going from 1 to 0.99.98. Maybe. Or I just misclicked when I was messing with the payload bay on orbit snack list. I'm going to chalk that one up to that based off of what I saw in the editor just a second ago, dude. Nice dodge mug you have here. Ford or dodge mug question? And 9.5, I don't feel like scrubbing back through the VOD. That's boring. Is that bad? Bruh. You're boring.
Ow, ow, ow.
Alright, so we'll unlock the NPM here. Alright, get rid of those. Get rid of that. Let's figure out how we're gonna do this. You know what, dudes? I'm gonna straight up borrow my integration mechanism. I'm gonna straight up borrow it from the old design. I'll tell you why I'm going to do that in a second. Let's just save this, right? Back it out. Do you have any plans on doing a kRPC program at some point to control the arm? Or is that just unnecessary work? I don't think I have the time to do it, someone. I got a lot of places to explore. Maybe, dude, down the road. Maybe down the road. Or, you know what I'm really thinking about doing, guys? And you tell me. You tell me if you'd want this. Nah, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to say that out loud. Someday. When I think about it. Yeah, Sawyer. Are you gonna build everything before you start the new mission mode save? A good amount of it, Hibbit, just enough to be dangerous, dude. No. STs. Nope. Nope. Oh, now I'm really not telling you. Maybe we'll figure out. Maybe we'll find the time to do it. That's all I'll say. Maybe we'll find the time. Okie dokie. All right, I'm taking the payload integration mechanism off of this shuttle. It's just literally half of a thermo bearing, and we'll put it in subassembly. Half thermo bearing for shuttle payload bay stuff. Give me the half thermo, and then I need a full thermo. Where's the full thermo? This is the old shuttle, by the way. Hey, Ryan. That was the start of the new shuttle down there. Remember I did this out and I'm like, wow, that looks terrible, and then I just redid the whole damn thing. That was funny. Dude, we busted face, man. I still can't believe we busted this orbiter out as quickly as we did, and it flies right there. It's kind of... Alright. It definitely does do that. Okay. Do I have nothing here with just a straight thermo bearing? MLV, perhaps. Yep, MLV has it. Alright, just copy that, put that over here. Full thermo bearing. Hybrid tech full bearing. I'll show you guys this thing another day. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Navy just revealed their uniforms, and they're pretty pog. Oh, I want one.
Hey,
Hello, Bree.
you got a box?
From who?
Somebody called like Nerd Country or something? I don't know.
Look at those uniforms.
Those are very American. Is that Houston or?
No, that's the Navy.
Oh.
And they got a CVN 6.5 patch. Enterprise, baby. Oh, that's freaking sweet. I want it. We got a package?
Yeah. I think the name is Nerd Country. Do you need your...
Nerd Country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know what this is.
Oh,
I know what this is. I know what this is. I know who it's from, and I know where you live. I swear is it?
oh, that has a label on it.
I know.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
It's like a variety pack. Like...
Frick out of here. I'm gonna punch Geek right in the face. I'm gonna hit that guy right in the mouth. When we drive to Detroit, we're stopping at Geek's house so I can hit him square in the face.
Nope.
Like square in the... Don't say no! Don't say no, you're encouraging this behavior.
I think it's funny.
You think it's funny?
I do. I think it's hilarious. Is that a paint funnel? Like, why does that one have a lid on it?
No. Careful, the box is near the space heater, baby.
Oh.
Wait, what is this? Oh, that's actually freaking cool. Yo, and they got screens. Look, there's a screen in there. Extendo funnel, cuz!
Here, I'll put these out here. They make me uncomfortable.
This one has a cap?
What? Yeah, that's is it like a paint funnel? Like
No, it's a FOD cover for your funnel.
oh, there's a note in the box.
There may be a note in the box. No, screw your note. Screw your note. Your note's gonna be giving me crap. Screw you. Coming here and busting my balls. Unbelievable. This is actually a really nice funnel set though. So I'm kind of happy, but also look at all this. Merry Christmas. Don't ever tell me you don't have another funnel. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Kiss my butt, but it's funny. Thanks, man. You're too kind, G. Is this making you uncomfortable?
It's making me uncomfortable. I have to go to the store.
You have to go pick up groceries.
Yes. Is there anything you, well,
I know. I got the message.
do you need anything? I was thinking about buying some Nutty Buddies, but then I'm like, if I do, I'm gonna...
Get some sour cream and onion chips.
You don't like sour cream and onion chips.
False. Some sour cream and onion chips, man, and then we're gonna need some graham crackers and some marshmallows and some chocolates. We can make some s'mores, man. Pizzas. We need pizzas. 2 pizzas,
Okay.
everything on them with water. Funyuns.
So what you're saying is you don't want anything.
How did you get that from what I just said?
Because you quoted a movie at me instead of actually giving me an answer. If you had an actual answer, you would have given me the answer instead of quoting...
Get pizza.
No. Why would I get pizza?
What? Because you said, what do you want? And I said, I want pizza, and you said no. You're sending mixed signals.
Okay,
We need to present a unified front towards chat. They are our chatdrin.
Confused.
Yes, I am.
Just not gonna get you anything.
Okay, bye, honey. I love you.
I don't know what's happening.
Bye. Did you see the?
It looks good.
Right?
But you really don't want... You don't need anything? I'm not gonna... If you... No.
Pizza? SpaghettiOs. Get me a can of
You're
spaghetti.
just thinking of things that you need. You don't actually need any of these things.
I need
You're just trying to find something to tell me to get.
SpaghettiOs! It's not a phase, Primo! I need my SpaghettiOs!
I felt like so...
I'm sorry, it's really funny.
I felt like that scene in Anchorman where he's like, are you just naming things that you like?
Do you really want SpaghettiOs or just saying that because you saw it? I
Yeah.
love carpet. I love desk. I love SpaghettiOs. I love SpaghettiOs. I want SpaghettiOs. I love lamp. Beef. It's what's for dinner. Dun dun dun. Now we have pulled pork, dudes. We have
Alright.
pulled pork.
Cool.
Homemade. Pulled pork from football.
Alright, I'm probably gonna get Nutty Bars because
You're gonna get something for you, but not for me.
you didn't need anything.
I need Cheez-Its.
Okay. Do you? No, you have like 2 boxes in there.
No, I don't think I need anything.
Okay.
I think I'm good. Unless you want to get some ginger ale. I actually do need ginger ale.
I could get you some.
And some Bud Light.
They don't have Bud Light.
There's Bud Light there. It's just next door.
I'm not going there.
I tried. Stretch goals. Ginger ale?
Yeah, I can be using him.
Okay, stretch goals. I tried. See how much we could get away with. I love you. We weren't talking about you. She won't get long drink, man. I was so enraged that I saw what you did with that oil bottle and then proceeded to spill oil everywhere. I couldn't deal with it. Didn't spill that much oil. Headlight fluid! She there? Hang on. Bremo! She's leaving. Damn it! Oh, I can see. The owl sees at night. Alright. Payloads. Microprocessors. I don't know what they are. You don't know what they are. Who gives a frick? Cash! That argument right there is marriage. You're just 2 months in. We're not arguing, guys. We're just being stupid. We're not arguing at all. I'm not getting headlight fluid. I know better. Then get the quantum carburetor. Are you tracking the... Are you gonna cover the press? Oh, frick, the presser. Damn it! Oh, that uniform is freaking sweet. Oh! So I missed the Artemis launch with you. Hope it was epic. It's pretty good. Yeah. Where is it? Don't worry about it. Here. Well, we should have a press conference coming in a second, actually. So maybe we'll take some time to check it there. But all right, here, let's go. Game over. NASA declares Boeing Starliner useless. Launch was boring. It was overexposed loud and we couldn't see anything at night. Ando, you're absolutely right. But also... You're absolutely right. But also... I'm in it for the launch photos, dude. How's the arm coming along? Arm is ready to go, Kiggy. Orange rocket, orange brand. It reads. It was magical, dude. That was a magical morning, man. Look at that. You can feel the power. Yeah. Dude, I'm seriously getting hyped up, like just watching it. No, public, I can't. Yep. Yeah, dude, it was freaking magical. And then there's also these pictures, dude, which I think video's getting me hyped to go buy some lumber. This was this morning. Dude, Rizik, we saw the thing go around the far side of the moon, and we saw an Earth set, and it was... Rizik, I saw an Earth set. First one I've ever seen. And you know what? It was everything I thought it could be. Conspiracy theories are starting to pop up due to NASA not streaming much from Orion. Dude, they could, like... They could show somebody from NASA going and ordering a pizza, and someone would be like, it's a conspiracy! Big pizza! Open your eye! Like, alright, whatever. NASA, this pizza! It's not good! Like, it could be like Gene Kranz could call up and be like, yeah, I'd like one large pepperoni. Gene Kranz likes pepperoni pizza. Yeah. Let that one sink in. It's like, all right. Pizza's are round. Earth is round. Like, okay. Let him talk. Whatever. I mean, you guys know what's going on. I know what's going on. You know what this picture is, and it's dope. Yes, it's freaking sweet. 17 minutes of clean footage. Hell Hydra, is this the compilation? Oh, no, it's not. You found more footage. Damn it! I'm never gonna get this damn payload done. This sucks. But also, Rizik, look. Now, see, the Earth's going off the screen, but then they adjust the camera. They turn the solar panel, and it is the most glorious thing. Oh, this shot makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. It makes me so happy. Dude. And dude, okay. All right. I got another thing. You know what's even crazier? I stopped streaming this morning, right? And then I went in, it was like 9 o'clock. So I turned on the news, right? Turned on the local news. First story they led with was that. God dang, did that make me happy. First story, I flipped the TV on, I saw this picture. I'm like, yes! Awesome! We're back, Ian. We're damn right we're back. Oh, that's so good. It was the Fox affiliate, Hokies. Yeah. All the pizzas in the world are in that photo. Yep. Oh my goodness. Rizzy, you see this? Spot on. Yeah. Look, dude. Blew my frickin' mind. Look at that. Look at that. A lot of people, dude. Myself included. It's the first time we've ever seen anything like this, other than in archival footage, right? It's the first time we've ever seen anything like this. First time I've ever seen anything like this. Dude, I dream about this. This is like my childhood dream, seeing this happen. It's just... And I'm not even a part of it, man. I'm just a hype guy. Like, it's just, I mean, I suppose you could make the argument that I am, but like, it's not like I work for NASA. That's what I'm getting at. But dude, look at that. Look at that picture. This is not live, Denny. No, this was this morning. That's no moon. It's a space station. Nah, Mango, it's too big to be a space station. Too big. Too big to be a space station. You guys tell me when that press conference comes on. Public, we'll probably picture-in-picture it. I'll have it on in the background while I'm listening. Why is it too big to be a space station? That, Horseshoe, it's a Star Wars quote. Oh, well, that's good to know, Jax. That's good to know. Alright, so we need to come up with a payload integration mechanism. The perspective at the other side of the moon looking towards Earth, can that be heart? Jax, I don't You feel ashamed for not knowing Star Wars? Ah, it's alright, man. It's alright. I throw the quotes out there. If you get them, you don't. I mean, if you get them, that's cool. You don't, whatever, man. It's fine. It's still funny, you know? Like, alright, so... Full thermo. I think for the payload pins here, I'm going to do something like this, right? But here's the thing. What we can do is configure this like the shuttle's payload bay in real life and only put enough pins to hold the payloads that we're trying to go and get. Mom, do you think you got it figured? You wrong. I even got this quote and I didn't watch Star Wars in English. Jeez. 9. So what we can do is, we can take a thermo bearing, right? And the thermo bearing should be enough to hold this thing. The thermo bearings can be enough to hold it, and then we'll have a docking port. We put docking ports down on the bottom of the payloads. What did you end up coming up with for the space station? I'm throwing around ideas, Hellfish. Nothing's concrete because, yeah, nothing's concrete. But I gave myself today and tomorrow to come up with something. Anglo-Saxon. Shh. It's English. They got a word for that, Fruity. You know what it's called? English. That's concrete, baby! So, what we can do... External tank space station is definitely on my list of things to do. We can just configure this depending on what we're doing. So, if we want to place the pins somewhere, we could place them, well, I mean, we could place them wherever, you know? I'm just trying to think how we should, I should do the payload bay rails. That looks really good. Does that like fit perfect? Oh yeah, that's really good, and that gives me a really nice structural spot to hold this stuff together. I'm kind of like annoyed because it actually is a little bit more parts, but Bro, I was checking some of the SLS PDFs from NASA. Can you please check page 12 when you're free? There's your modal testing. Vehicle stabilizer modal testing. NASA pushed the update to 545. Okay. Well, that's good. I don't know, dudes. Maybe we don't even need this. But then again, I don't really like how you can kind of see down in there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Well. Yeah, Rain, if it becomes too big of a problem, then I'll mess with it. How many hours away is that? Haji, literally like 15-20 minutes. So here's what we'll do. I need this piece to be configured in a way that the half bearing is configured. So what we're gonna do to release a payload, and this will help us with preventing like snap docking and stuff. Or will not help us prevent it. It should be okay. We need to take this. We need to take this thing, and then we need to set these to local, and then just move them back a tick. I set these like this for a reason, and I've tested these before, and I know they work. Okay. Dump this. So here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take this piece like this, and then let me save this. And this can be I'm not sure if we can make it like an active pin or what. ABL should be launching in a few minutes. Yeah, they should be, Ian, but we ain't gonna get footage of that, are we? I just had my replica lunar gateway, hence why I did that polar earlier. Again, sorry about before. Novoraptor, it's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Everybody makes mistakes, man. So do I. I get stuff wrong sometimes. No problem. I just didn't want you to think you were doing something that's not doable, dude. Now, if you went and got Principia, you could make a rectilinear halo orbit. Principia mod will make you could really do it if you wanted to. You know? We're just gonna get Twitter updates. Ew. It's alright, man. No harm done. Yeah, but you apologize. Don't worry about it. Like, I make mistakes all the time, dude. Don't worry about it. Ain't no problem. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll take this. Can we put that there and it doesn't stick out? Oh, it sticks out just a... Just gonna pretend I didn't see that. So if we take these and we put them in there, and then we have these, but in a configurable state, right? So we could take these, right? And then we could set this. So we got to go in here, right click, remove from symmetry, remove from symmetry, remove from sim.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Now, if I take these and set these to 3 here, and we click on them, and we hit disable same vessel, disable same vessel, disable same vessel, and we go here, disable, disable, disable. Hey, Puffet. USA played well today. Unlucky to give a penalty away. Ooh. Tied with Wales. Interesting. Now, fellas, what we really need to do is check to make sure that this system works. I'm pretty freaking confident that it's going to work. But pretty freaking confident is only going to get you so far. You know what I mean? We really needed a win versus Wales to make it out of the group. Now it will likely go to a tiebreaker unless either of them manage to beat either of them manages to beat England. Soccer ain't our strong suit, my dude, am I right? I think this with a docking port in it should be good enough. So all right, fellas. Let's try something nuts. Let's see how strong this actually is. This could end extremely poorly. Yeah, it probably will. All right, sweet. Let's just close that thing up. we're gonna do a dumb. Okay? What we're gonna do here is undock that payload in the payload bay before the shuttle launches, and then see how strong that Kraken tech is. Yeah.
Discovery,
This is
go
a
and throttle
dumb.
up.
This is only going to be an ascent test. We won't go for the full mission. Nice, Nova. There you go. Show us pictures. Adam, what's up, man? 55 months. How you doing? Let's see how strong the Kraken tech is. Should be strong. I'll check that in a moment, 9-5. Once again, this is just a simulation. I'm just trying to see how strong this is, and this is the best way to do it. I could go make a test stand, and we could break it and test a bunch of different things, but let's just do one there. Payload did snap into position. There you go. Once again, my payload is only attached via a little docking port at the bottom of the payload bay. That's the only thing that's holding that in. And now, nothing is holding it in. Except the Kraken tech. If we can survive this, I think we're okay. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Headphone users. Headphone users. Headphone users. You have 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mission. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Sometimes it overdrives the sound, so I was not sure, but so once again, that payload is free riding in the payload bay. That RCS and the thermometers are the only thing holding it in position. Throttling back for max Q. It is, Adam. Yeah, she's working great. Max Q. Go with throttle up. If we go into map view, you see a piece of debris is flying with us. RS-1 aborted. Presser is about to start. Okay. Vehicle supersonic. Shuttle really moving out now. Uh-oh. That's what I was talking about. Just shut down the engines. Main engine shut down. Looks like the fairing from the ET is caught. Don't panic. Roll control actuation is on. PBDS controller is on and in reverse. Let's hit the play button. Open up the payload bay. I'm not sure what happened there, but I know it was from this. Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get off! There we go. Okay. Shuttle is now upside down, so what we're gonna do is hit 3. Hey, hey, get away from me, dang it! NASA's live. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's try this. Okay. All right, close the payload bay. We can land like this. We just really need to get that thing away from us. It looks like back of the external tank is hung up. It's the pilot dowel, and that's really holding us up. Everything else looks like we had a clean separation. Don't hit us. Okay. Safe the gimbals. Lock them out. Gimbals are locked out. Take the speed brake here. Set it into the deployed state. Take the body flap. Take body flap control. So set this in deployed down state at 20 degrees. And come on, make it. Make it, shuttle. Make it. There we go. We have some nasty control problems. I'm not sure the SAS understands what's going on here. Cloud since when? I got a couple of visual packs, dude. The island runway is short. We really have to be careful. There we go. That brought her around. It wouldn't dump. It didn't fire. Presser is live. Can we have it miniaturized? Yeah, sure. when I land.
Bullets 12 and 13 at mission map. And that sets up the distant retrograde departure on December the 1st, followed by the return powered flyby on December the 5th. A following decision gate will occur on December the 5th. Now that we're setting up the return leg home, we will be meeting to decide to deploy the recovery forces. A joint U.S. Navy and NASA team will depart on a recovery ship from Naval Base San Diego, and that will set up for the ship's departure on or about December the 6th for the recovery zone in the Pacific Ocean. And then on December the 8th, Judd will bring in a recommendation as our entry flight director, along with Melissa Jones, our recovery director, in combination with the U.S. Navy, and we'll pick a landing site out in the Pacific, and it'll be based on a whole host of factors, but also weather. We've got to decide where our best weather is, and we could sail up to 1,200 nautical miles from our nominal landing site uprange and still meet our entry conditions. So those are the three big decision gates: November 30th, December 5th, and December 8th. In the meantime, the mission continues to proceed as we had planned, and the ground systems, our operations teams, and the Orion spacecraft continue to exceed expectations, and we continue to learn along the way about this new deep spacecraft. In terms of the mission management team, since the last time I spoke with you, we did meet on Saturday, November the 19th.